Before there was Walnut and Diamond Bar, there was a small California water district here in the valley that served about 800 people.
The local government in the area was the water district. So we've grown up with the cities kind of taking hold in those areas.
Walnut Valley Water District was formed in 1952 by the citizens of this local community.
Prior to that, the area was only provided with water from the underground groundwater basin.
When the district's board of directors first met on July 24th of that year, they could only dream of what Walnut Valley Water District would become.
Not only was this orange fields next door and mounds and cows and whatnot, but now there's buildings everywhere. So it went from being kind of secluded. It's just amazing at how much has grown through the years.
Walnut Valley Water District helped to make that growth possible.
The farmers and ranchers at the time realized that the local water supply was not going to be sufficient to sustain any type of growth.
Walnut Valley tapped two key sources for water.
The water that we get is all imported from two sources, the Colorado River and the State Water Project in Northern California. It comes from 242 miles approximately along the Colorado River aqueduct that was constructed by the Metropolitan Water District, and 440 plus or minus miles through the State Water Project.
To reduce reliance on these outside water sources, Walnut Valley Water District has made recycling water a priority. In the 1980s, we began work on our recycled water system that has grown to provide 10% of our total water supply.
And all to try and give us access to local supplies that are closer to us than Northern California and the Colorado River.
As the population has grown over the years, so has our district.
The system's grown considerably. From the early days when they built the first few miles of pipeline and the 7.5 mile joint water line, we now have over 370 miles of potable water infrastructure and 30 miles of recycled water, as well as a variety of pump stations and reservoirs.
31 reservoirs and 18 pump stations, to be exact. That keeps the water flowing to nearly 30,000 service connections, serving more than 100,000 people. While we are always modernizing our infrastructure and equipment, we still keep something around to remind us of our humble roots.
Well, we have a truck, 1964, that was an original, and it had a boom in the bed, and it was to hoist pipe out. And it was just something that was nostalgic for the water district.
A piece of our history to remind us of how far we've come.
You really can't move forward if you don't have an appreciation of where you've been and where you came from.